From wearing the same color shirt as the opposing team to wiping sweat on the ball, these are the times NBA players got caught cheating. And first up, we have the time when Taj Gibson wore specific shoes so he could commit lane violations without getting caught. Let's pay close attention.
Lost his sneaker.
You see, during a game with the Kings, Taj's shoe slipped off, but he couldn't waste time or create an opening putting it back on, so he held onto it. The opponent went for the shot, and Taj jumped for the contest, with the shoe still in his hand. But that's nothing compared to what Taj actually did with the shoe, because if you look at the shoe he was holding, you'd see that it matches the color of a certain part of the court. Like, are you even serious? But, not gonna lie, this is some high IQ play. Next up, a moment when the Brooklyn Nets assistant coach decided to take matters into his own hands. What? Let's rewind. The ref was literally watching him do it, and he knew exactly what happened, but since it's Brooklyn, he let it slide. And you know what's worse? The Nets end up winning the game by 1. Damn. This just goes to show that teams would cheat every second of the game if they could. But this isn't the first time a coach took matters into his own hands, cause in the next clip, Nick Nurse shows us just why he won the Coach of the Year award.
A Celtic player, he can't be in this position, so Tatum makes the mistake thinking that Nick Nurse is his teammate.
Man, he was literally acting like a player and standing in the three-point corner with his hands out. Forget about Coach of the Year, give this man Sixth Man of the Year. But wait till you see what Theo Pinson pulled. It was Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals between the Mavs and the Warriors. And Theo Pinson wore a white shirt just like the Warriors and stood at the bench with his arm raised. This made Steph think he was also a Warriors player and passed to him, causing a turnover. This was so bad, it caused the Mavs to be fined $100,000. And he tried to do it again the next game, until he got busted by the refs.
Can you change your color shirt? Yeah. Will you? I appreciate it. Yeah. Because it's the same color as them and you're going to be in the way?
Well, at least Theo was subtle about his cheating, but Markieff Morris had other ideas. It was a clutch game between the Blazers and the Wizards.
He'll be able to go to backcourt to get it. Lillard will take.
And it came to the last play. Few seconds remaining, Markieff Morris decided to pull something, literally. Now, if you can't see what happened, here's a closer look. That's a nasty move, but at least Morris got a $15,000 fine for this. Now, grabbing shorts is already a wild thing to do, but what if I told you that's not the worst thing an NBA player has grabbed? You see, Reggie Evans was one of the best rebounders in the NBA during his time, but sometimes he might have been too good at his job, cause in this next clip, let's just say he grabbed the wrong ball. Now that's what you call a loose ball foul. But if you think that was a distraction, this next guy, let's just say he took the low road. Cause when his opponent stepped up to take a free throw, he did this.
And it's gonna be when they decide to go try to get the...
Now that's one way to distract someone, and even though the free throw still went in, it was still a good strategy. I guess that makes him a smarty pants. But what happened in this next clip is even worse than that joke I just made. Cause what Joel Embiid did to Mitchell Robinson is an absolute crime. Man, Embiid really canceled his jump. This makes Draymond Green look like a saint. Speaking of saints, Brandon Jennings has got to be one, cause he tried to help his teammate Andrew Bogut take his free throws. Now Andrew Bogut was a terrible free throw shooter, and Brandon Jennings was a pretty good free throw shooter, but I'm sure that had nothing to do with it. Brandon Jennings was probably just being a nice guy. Too bad he got caught, and Andrew had to take his free throws himself. And of course, he missed both. Now, when anyone talks about nice guys in the NBA, there's one name that'll probably never pop up: Ron Artest. This guy is a certified menace, and in this next clip, he did something truly evil. Damn.
Absolutely pull the guy's pants down, the referee let him do it. But he makes the three anyway.
I'm having PTSD of 3rd grade. And even though the distraction didn't work and Pierce drained the three, Ron Artest had something to say.
I'm so sorry
to humiliate you on TV by pulling your shorts down.
Well, that was funny. Next up, the moment when Draymond Green was about to step up to take some free throws, and Rajon Rondo decided to be sneaky and make the ball all slippery with his sweat to make Draymond miss. But unfortunately for him, Draymond made both. So either Rondo's plan failed that, or he just likes playing with sweaty balls. But this wasn't the first time someone tried to outsmart the Warriors. Cause next up, we have the time JaVale McGee pulled a 1000 IQ move and outsmarted the entire team. Now if you don't know, JaVale McGee hasn't really been known for his basketball IQ, but on this next play, he pulled a move that showed us he might be smarter than we thought.
The brand new Chase Center in San Francisco. Here's McGee from Davis. 5 assists for Anthony Davis now.
Man, the Warriors were bamboozled. Not bad for a 2-time Shaqtin' MVP. Now, you see, Jordan Poole missing a shot is expected, but when he was on the Warriors, this guy was automatic from 3 and was the 3rd splash bro. But when he went up to take a shot versus the Lakers, Jared Dudley did this.
Bazemore on the drive, kicks it out, Poole for 3.
But let's take a close look at Dudley's hands. Man, stepping onto the floor to distract Poole on a 3 PA with 30 seconds left in the play-in game? That's a nasty move. And on the topic of sideline distractions, DeMar DeRozan was playing the Raptors, and he brought his daughter to the game.
But for many, the true MVP was a 9-year-old.
When she was getting out of school, and she was just, she just said, "Dad, can I come to the Toronto game?" I remember going to all the Toronto games when she was a kid, and I almost said no because she in school back home. She kept asking. She was just adamant about coming to support. And I just said, you can miss one day at school and, come to a game.
But it turns out this wasn't just a normal bring your daughter to work day. Because whenever the Raptors tried to shoot free throws, this happened.
Hey, asked me, what did you... Patrick said I was down for whatever Coach Hamilton. Underrated passer, doing a nice job.
In terms of the total number or the quality.
And if you think it's just a kid being a kid, the Raptors were pretty good free throw shooters with a team percentage of 78%. But on that night, DeMar DeRozan's stunt made the Raptors miss 50% of their free throws. And what's worse, the Raptors ended up losing the game by 4 points. And for the last clip, old but gold. A classic moment when Paul Pierce took a timeout in the most epic way possible. It happened in Game 1 of the 2008 NBA Finals. Kobe went up for a shot and Pierce contested it. And then it happened.
Bryant knocks it down. Beautiful move. And he's got 16. And down on the floor.
Pierce fell clutching his knees. It was so bad that he had to be carried out in a wheelchair. Or was it? Cause a few minutes later, he came bouncing back like nothing happened. So why did he need a wheelchair if he was able to return so quickly? Well, we'll let him answer that.
Paul here, 11 years ago today, wheelchaired off the floor for reasons he will keep to himself.
I have a confession to make. Whoa. I just had to go to a bathroom.
Pierce should have changed his jersey number to number 2 after that. And that brings us to the end of the video. Which cheating moment was the craziest to you? Would you add any one? Let us know in the comments below. And remember, watching awesome content like this without liking and subscribing is cheating. So if you don't want to be a cheater like these guys, make sure you drop a like and slam dunk that subscribe button. Until next time, stay ballistic.